Now let's talk about testing whether two fractions are equivalent or equal. And the way you're likely going to see this is you'll have two fractions kind of side by side like this, and maybe a line or a box in between, and then there'll be another fraction like this. And what we want to do is determine if the two fractions are equivalent or equal, and if they are, you would write in an equal sign, and if they're not equal, we're going to go ahead and draw in this symbol, which means not equal or unequal. Now there is a trick in which you can figure this out, and it's very likely that you're able to do this in your head and determine that yes, these two fractions are equal. But sometimes you work with really big numbers or numbers that you're not familiar with in relation to, you know, finding factors and whatnot. So let me show you the trick. Basically, we're going to work with cross products. So for instance, I'm going to take this 1 and multiply it to this term here. So 1 times 6, okay, 1 times 6, that's going to give me 6. And then I'm going to do a cross product of these two terms. So see how I'm going diagonally? So over here I'm going to put 2 times 3. Now 2 times 3 is also 6. Because these two answers or these two products are the same amount, these two fractions are equal. And so you would write an equal sign in the box or on the line, you know, whatever is provided there. Let's do a couple more just so you get the hang of it. Let's say we have 7/10, and we want to know if that is equivalent to 21/30. Okay, 7/10, 21/30. I'll go ahead and put a little box there. And again, we're going to use cross products. So we're multiplying across diagonally. So 7 times 30. Well, I know 7 times 3 is 21, so 7 times 30 is going to be, or 7 times 3 is 21, so 7 times 30 is 210. And I'm going to do the same thing here, 10 times 21. 10 times 21, well, that's also going to be 210. So these two are the same numbers, so these two fractions are equivalent. Now let's look at some that are not equivalent and kind of show you how that's going to look. Let's say we have 3/4, and we want to determine if that's equivalent to 9/16. 9/16. Okay, so again, I'm going to do some cross products or cross multiplication. So 3 times 16. Well, I know 16 times 2 is 32, so add 16 more. That's going to be 48. And then 4 times 9. 4 times 9. Well, I know that's going to be 36. Now notice these two numbers are not the same, so that tells me that these two fractions are not equivalent. So I'm going to write that unequal symbol there. So anyway, these are just a few examples of how to use the test for equality, basically using cross products or cross multiplication to determine whether the two fractions are equal or unequal.